We're here with Turner and his absolute track weapon, and he's going to take on Super Lap Battle. Where are we actually?
We're at Bartleby Performance.
We're at what?
Bartleby Performance.
Bartleby Performance?
Or Bartleby...
Motorsport.
Yeah, Bartleby Motorsport.
Okay. All right, we're at Bartleby Motorsports with Turner from SPL. We're going to go over his Supra and talk to him about this weekend at Super Lap.
So it's been a hell of a week. We did some testing on Sunday. It went really well until the turbo decided to eat the silicone coupler on the intake. Luckily, I have some really good friends in the industry. Counterspace Garage got me a new turbo kit and manifold sent the next day. And I've spent the rest of the week with Bartleby here throwing the car back together. It's been incredibly stressful, but we just got off the dyno making about 700 horsepower. Thank goodness we've got a AMS Alpha 8 turbo on it now. I was gonna take whatever I could get, but it has literally come down to the wire. I didn't get to practice today. We're gonna go out and set a really fast time. Walker Pro Motorsports added a bunch of hood venting because this thing likes to get hot, and we just added a lot more horsepower, but really projecting to be really high up in the street class. Luckily, in the testing last weekend, one thing we were able to test was the suspension. The car handled absolutely fantastic the entire weekend. It was absorbing all the bumps through the S's. I was taking all of the curbing everywhere I could while still staying in track limits, and it absorbed everything absolutely wonderfully. Did a little bit more dialing in of the SPL stuff, trying to get some more corner exit power down. This thing makes gobs of torque from like 3,000 RPM. So trying to get the toe sweep so I can get as much bite to get out of the corner as possible.
All right, so what class are you running in and what are the limitations?
Super Lap Battle's super open. I'm running in street class. There's very little limitations. I need to keep a front dash in there. Everything from the B pillar forward has to be OEM looking outside of seats and harnesses, safety stuff. And limited to a 295 wide, 200 tread wear tire. And the one thing you helped me with is we're limited to a two-way coilover. So we've taken the R3s and eliminated one of the adjustments so that I'm back down to a two-way coilover.
Yeah. So it's a super competitive class. How confident are you in the car and taking a podium this weekend?
I was a lot more confident on Sunday before my turbo decided to eat itself, but I know a lot of these cars. Working at SPL, I talked to a lot of my competitors. A lot of them run our parts. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling like podium's gonna be achievable. There's one of my old customers who has about 900 horsepower in his, so he's gonna be a little tough to beat, but I plan on standing on the podium this weekend.
Good, good. All right, yeah, thanks for inviting us out to the shop while you're getting things wrapped up, and we'll see you this weekend and touch base.
Hopefully slightly more well-rested, because I'm dying. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So for all intents and purposes, Turner's A90 Supra is a street car that he mostly uses for the track at events like Super Lap Battle. The suspension that we went with on this car was an R3 by Nitron, and we converted it to a two-way to meet the class rules. So he's done a lot of other modifications to the car to get it to this point. AP Racing, CP 9660 front calipers, Counterspace garage pads, TSW Wheels, SPL Parts, full suspension setup. Obviously he works there. So AMS Alpha 8 turbo kit, CSF B58 manifold, heat exchanger and auxiliary coolers, Veris high downforce splitter, canards and wing, Sparco QRT front seat, Walker Pro Motorsports half cage, Walker Pro Motorsports custom titanium exhaust, and anti-gravity battery. Now that they have worked through the evening, Turner has had a chance to shake down the car, so let's check in and see how things are going so far.
So we're at Super Lap Battle. We're with Turner from SPL, touching base. Glad you made it in from the shop last night. It was a late night.
Yeah, I got
sleep.
Yeah, about 3 hours of sleep. I could have used about 2 days more. Car's been performing decently well. We're still revising the tunes between. The car's handling great. That's not the issue. We're fighting brakes and compounds. We've been trying and prototyping and experimenting with a few things. There's an 18 optimal in it right now, currently sitting in second place. But I want to get that 18 in, maybe a 17. See what I can get.
Yeah.
Car's feeling really good though.
Well, good, good.
Throughout the weekend, Turner managed to get a bit faster seemingly almost every lap, all the while making some adjustments to dial in his car as he fought some air in the brake lines. It caused him to get on the brakes a little sooner than he wanted, a track like this, but you know, things happen. They don't always go perfectly, and that's just racing. At the end of the event, Turner ended up turning in best time of a 2:18.681, which is good for second place in the street class he was competing in. Huge congrats to him and the team on this podium. Let's hop over and review his fastest lap with him.
So I had to kill the first lap because I messed up turn one, so I was really focused on turning in nice and late here. Getting pointed down the hill, quick rotation. This thing rotates like crazy because I have torque for days. Stay as flat as possible here, it's terrifying. Stay tucked so that I have a straight line to brake into 4. Messed that up a little bit. Car was the tires were a little hotter than I wanted them through there. It's hot right here. You want to get back to mid-track. Come around, nice and tight. We're turning in a lot earlier here than we used to with the repave. It's way smoother at the top of the hill. And then just stay flat over this. The rear end's gonna come around a little bit. It's nice and terrifying. I struggled here all weekend to turn in super late. It paid dividends right here. It looks really slow right there, but I get a longer run down the straight. Gives me some time to breathe too. And I'm just praying that I'm not going to make the car too hot down the back straight. Dive again, you can see the little squirm that I'm getting. I still want to try and dial that out. Get on throttle nice and early. Hope that it'll still make power after that. Car is so hot at this point. Nice and late. Real early throttle here. The grip on this part of the track's insane. Aiming for the billboard in the back. Nearly go off the end of track. Turn in nice and late so you get a nice run. Nice and early on throttle. And then here, pray I didn't cook the tires in that last section and be as brave as possible. The car is dancing around under me. You can see the steering wheel just shaking away. Throttle early. And then come up here and don't ruin your lap because it's nice and slick at the end. Nice and patient. And I'm out the window, giving one of these. And then I saw it was only 18.6, so, but half a second ain't half bad. Car suspension was wonderful all weekend. Fought a few other things, power, brakes. As far as handling goes, I mean, it did everything I wanted to.
So the jitteriness with the back under braking, that was a braking issue, not a braking?
Well, when we evened up the rears, it helped out a lot. The end of the 12 is the front more so. Some more dialing out. I haven't really had, this is about the 7th track day I've had in this car because it's just been constantly build the entire time. So can't be unhappy with second place.
Well, cool. Thanks for having us out, Turner. Glad you made it here. It was a nearly didn't.
Yeah. The entire time it was a nearly I didn't.
Yeah. So second place is pretty good.
Pretty happy with it.
Yeah. So like and subscribe if you like this, and we'll start producing more content like it.